Hey guys, Tabir here. So in today's video I'm going to be going over the strategies for all the objectives, excluding the final bosses, as I'll be making another video for those. First things first, you always want to run a Ram in PvE, as he is versatile and pretty much could solo any objective by himself, depending on if you have your abilities or not. You also want to run high damage operatives such as Kite and Brissa, which you can substitute one of them for Pill if your team goes down quite a bit. And pretty much want to pick up a sniper. Shotguns are fine, and using your pistols is pretty good as well, as they have a lot of ammo, excluding the revolvers and the Lucara. So first things first, let's get into Stilt. Now Stilt has a cool mechanic, as you would call it, pretty much a bug. What you're able to do is, if there is a supply drop active, you're actually able to activate Stilt and it will cancel out the supply drop, as well as it has its own hazard zone, so you don't take the damage from the hazard zone, unlike the final area or research station. Don't do this to Fusion Reactor, as it will bug the game, and it also bugs the game on the final stage as well, unless if you stand outside. Now, to drop this Stilt shield, the fastest way is with explosives such as Sidearm Overcharge, Kite's Mine, Mongoose's Grenade if you can aim them, as well as a few other things such as Gravity Strike and Ram Axes, which is what I do here. Now you want to watch out for his purple ball, which will be the first attack he does straight out of the bat. As you can see there, it launched me as well. If he lifts up his arms, that means you want to run away, because he's going to launch crystals in the ground. And pretty much to kill the Stilt fast, you just want to pretty much save up your ult if you can, and ult spamming. And yeah, you'll be able to take down the Stilt fairly quickly, and just watch out for all of the enemies that spawn at around 10%, as they're all Minotaurs. And just yeah, keep moving, don't stop moving, as the guys with guns sometimes can't hit you, and shoot down snipers as well, as they are kind of annoying. The RPG dudes aren't too bad. Next up is Transmutator, which is quite easy. Surprisingly, a lot of people struggle in this, but all you have to do is follow this strategy and you won't die. And pretty much all you have to do is stand here. You can stand here with your starter pistol if it's the first thing. It doesn't really matter what guns you use here, as long as they've got some range. And pretty much just, you don't have to kill any enemies. I'm just killing them here because I needed the XP. And pretty much just kill the runners as soon as they spawn in. Drop the shield as fast as you can to stop the enemies spawning, but as you can see, there's no enemies aren't able to hit us, as they only go for body shots, not headshots, and they also don't push up any further really. Sometimes they will, but it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, just kill those guys, despawn the enemies, and then you want to use high damage weapons here. If you're lucky, you can two-phase it, which has been done before. You just have to pretty much time 3 high damage attacks on the end of the second phase, and it will drop them down to nothing. That is quite hard to do. Next up is Fusion Reactor. To start off, what you want to do is go to the terminal that is facing the front of the reactor like this. As you can see, the other two have the shields there and don't have a clear view of the purple ball. And pretty much the best strategy for this is to have one person off in the distance, as mines will spawn on them, and have one of your teammates stand with you and destroy the mines before they can get to you. As well as when the first pack of enemies spawns, sometimes if you shoot the pyro in the backpack and it explodes, it will kill all the enemies that spawn with him. You can also just do it with a mine or any other thing, but I definitely recommend saving your mines for the Minotaurs that spawn in on the second and third. Pretty much as you can see here, only use a low damage weapon to shoot the ball in. Don't use a shotgun or a sniper, as it'll launch the ball sometimes out of the map or into inconvenient spots. Now you can see the strategy is working here. I do get hit by a mine at the very end that flanked around the back, and it launched the ball a little bit off to the side, but it doesn't matter too much as I got it in. And you also see on the third stage as well that one of the mines runs to my friend, as he's not using a silencer, so enemies are attracted to him. And pretty much you can take one hit from a mine if you're at full health, and it will drop you down to about 3 to 1 HP. Same thing happens here. The mine launches a ball, but we get it straight in, and one of my teammates went down, but it doesn't matter too much as it was pretty easy. Next up we have sample collection, which is one of the easier objectives as well. The best strategy for this is to have 2 people focusing on ads and 1 person focus on sample collection. The first pack of enemies always spawns at this tall pillar with the propeller. If you just want to kill those first off, you can, and pretty much just focus on killing the sniper. As you can see here, axes are great, snipers are great as well, as they can one-shot if you hit them in the critical spot, as well as stun. Shotguns are fine as well. If you hit a large amount of pallets, he'll also get stunned too. But I prefer just using a ram axe straight to the chest, and sometimes even a couple pistol bullets. You don't also have to worry about the dogs as well, as you can shoot them quite easily if you get there early enough, and your teammates should attract them if they don't have silencers on their guns. As you can see there, I did one-shot the sniper in the chest quite easily. If you're playing EXO as well, you can easily B-hop straight to your sample and put it back into the storage, as I do just every time. And at the very end, you don't actually need to kill the enemies. Once all the samples are collected, you can just run around, save yourself some ammo, and pretty much survive, as some people aren't able to survive on this area at the very end, which is quite surprising. As you can see here, just get my last one, pick up my axe. It's pretty much the best strategy, as a sniper tends to not really get his health down as low. And yeah, just run out, run around, kill enemies. It's pretty easy. Up next we have Grinder, which is 100% the easiest objective. Pretty much. Again, the best strategy for this is snipers, as they are high damage. You can use a VX7 or an Impala to do a lot of quick damage, and just the bolties to do high damage, but not as quick. But my favorite method for this is pretty much just standing underneath with a shotgun, and all you really want to do is just clear out the ads and then kill the dog as soon as it spawns in. Have one of your teammates pick up the gun and try to protect them the best you can, and as soon as the shields drop, pretty much just look up with RAM and throw your axes, as they'll just drop down straight back onto you and you'll be able to pick them up again and do majority of the damage to them as well. You want to two-phase this boss as well, as if you don't two-phase it, adamant spawn and pretty much stuff up the whole thing, making it a lot harder, and just generally a lot more enemies spawn. As you can see here, we two-phase it, pretty much two-phase it every time, unless if I run in there by myself and forget about the dog. But you can see it's quite easy to do Grinder, and I don't think really anyone should be struggling on it. If you are, definitely follow this strategy. Finally, we have everyone's favorite objective, Research Station. Definitely the longest out of them all, and probably the hardest, especially if you're following the strategies I've shown. What you want to do is only ever have one person in the square at a time, as RPGs will pretty much wipe out your whole team if all three of you are standing there. You also want to run a sniper if you can, or just any high damage gun. Snipers are the best, as if you're good at precision shots, you can pretty much kill the guys on the balcony as soon as they spawn, or as soon as you see them. As well as, if you see a pyro, what you want to do if they're shooting you is shoot them in the head, which you'll see in a sec. Pretty much their head doesn't have a hitbox, and you can shoot them in the back as well when you shoot them in the head, and it pretty much blows up their backpack pretty quick. Don't be afraid to revive your teammates here as well. If you want to revive your teammates, just do a loop around the area and pick them up. It doesn't matter if the snipers are aiming at you, as they tend to miss a lot of the time when you're reviving someone. I don't know if that's just because of the way your hitbox is when you're reviving people, or if you generally are just harder to hit. As you can see, I went down there, which is kind of bullshit. S&P guys are pretty strong. And you will know if it's the final data collection, as a Minotaur will spawn, which you want to drop that Minotaur as fast as you can, or finish the data collection as fast as you can, as another one will spawn if you don't flush it. Yeah, as you can see, a sniper, you can kill a Minotaur with about a third of their health left, as their backpack will explode with a few precision shots. Just like that. And yeah, that's all I have for Research Station. Probably the best operatives is Kill, even Orbit Strome's not bad, but that's about all Orbit Strome is useful for. Yeah, and you pretty much know when you kill every Pyro and Minotaur as the screen will freeze, as everyone knows. As the cutscene loads, honestly that just happens to me, I don't know. But yeah, just keep moving. Don't try to distract the Minotaurs so that their backpack's facing your teammates. And don't die. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know what happened to Soil Probe or the new objectives. I actually haven't had them in probably about 40 runs. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, as I'll be having more videos come out soon. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed.